Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hello. Greetings to all of you.
This is poverty, this is inheritance. You think this is backwards, this is ancient. You think we're trapped here, we chose here. Every single morning we choose here again. My grandfather chose here, my father chose here. I choose here, my daughter will choose here. Or she'll choose something else. And either way, the mud in her blood we'll always know the way back home. Mud in my blood. 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 Mud in my blood.
Would you slide that back in there for me? Watch your coffee.
Yes, sir.
This is my solar charger. Getting my solar gear lined up. $65%. We got some power, y'all. All right, here we go, y'all. What's going on? Getting wild. All right. It's getting real, y'all. It's getting real. We about ready to start loading up. We're gonna be heading west. A lot to look at. Got stuff everywhere. Except the camera lens. Don't know what I'm doing with the camera, y'all. Sorry about that. Ruh-roh. All right, I got stuff piled up everywhere. Getting ready to be loading trucks, trailers, containers. It's getting real. In a hurry. Hobo, what's going on, partner? I've seen some comments come in. I wasn't even looking, y'all. Hold on, let me get caught up with y'all. All right, hold on. I'm dyslexic, so it takes me a hot second. Oh, we got Sia. Hello, Miss Sia. Thank you, Miss Sia. All right, what we got here? Miss Sia. All right. Thank you for coming by, Miss Sia. Appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. Like and subscribe. Too early for this kind of stuff. Well, ain't never too early for me, Hoss. I've been up since, I don't know, about 4:45. I'm ready to rock and roll, do something one way or another, even if it's wrong. Yeah, we got some stuff to do here, y'all. Tom, hey, welcome back, Tom. What's going on, Tom? Thank you for coming back, Tom. Good to see y'all again. Good to see y'all again. We got some work. We've been packing like crazy. We're going to look in the shop here. Let me turn this music down a little bit. All right, we'll get that music down just a touch so I ain't got to scream with y'all. I got tinnitus real bad, y'all, so the music helps me with that. I know some of y'all like it and some of y'all don't, but I got to do it every once in a while to keep my tinnitus under control. But we got everything packed up here in tubs. Not everything, but most everything. We're getting there. This is all my camping and bushcrafting gear that's going with me in the truck right here. Everything y'all see right there, this is going in the pickup with me. This is all my camping gear. We're going to spend quite a bit of time camping in this transitional phase. We're getting all our clothing and gear and stuff put together. Getting coolers cleaned out. Sleeping bags clean. Tents ready. We got tents and bed rolls. We got a bug out bag. Okay, game plan today. Right now I'm just running my big mouth. Hey, Offgrid Terps, what's going on, partner? It's good to have you here, man. Today, I don't know, I'm kind of tired today a little bit, you know, to be honest with y'all. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, you know, getting this house moved through the market and you know, everything that entails with selling a home and getting in towards you know, moving towards that direction, heading west to purchase another piece of land. Whether it has a structure on it or not is going to remain up in the air. However, I've told a few of y'all, but a lot of y'all don't know. Anybody's been listening doesn't know. Only a handful of creators out there know that we're considering buying a western town that was made as a movie set. But it is a functioning town. It's a small town, you know, about 8 or 10 buildings, barn, hotel, billiards hall, post office. We're considering going looking at it. It's one of many options we're entertaining right now. It's certainly one of the most interesting. Certainly needs a lot of work, but the future's never written in stone, so I don't get my heart too set on any one thing, and I don't like to, you know, put too many hopes and dreams in any one particular place and or location, because the way I live my life, I like to take a property and do things with it for a few years, and then I like to sell and move on again. So when it comes to choosing a piece of land or property, somewhere to live, somewhere to work on, I'm kind of indifferent as the ultimate location, because whatever's there or whatever's not there, we've learned how to make it ours over time. You know, we're going to make it what we want it to be, like we've done here in central Kentucky, in the middle of the foothills. You know, there was a lot done here when we got here, and basically we just took this place, spent 2 years here, opening it up, clearing it out, and enhancing what was already done. We can't take credit for a lot of stuff was here. Simply the restoration and beautification of what was already here and well established when we bought this place. So our next goal, our next piece is somewhere in the desert southwest, but we're looking at some real interesting options. Another option we're looking at is 100 plus acres in southern Colorado. The western town is in New Mexico. There's some other places, in very, very interesting places I'm looking at in New Mexico, as well as Arizona. But I do not have my heart set on any end location at this point. This point, we are just happy to have sold this home here, and we're happy to be heading west to start a whole new bushcraft homestead, and it will very likely be from the ground up. I intend on buying as much land as I can possibly buy. And if it's got structures on it, great. But if it doesn't have any structures on it, that doesn't hinder me at all, because my shop right here, I'll put one of these on there and I'll live in this shop until I build what I need. So I'm not encumbered by lack of infrastructure. I'll build my own infrastructure. That's what I do. I've done extensive work in irrigation and movement of water, understanding head pressure, ram pumps. I have a pretty lengthy background from my farm in Oregon that we established in 2017. A U-pick produce farm that we built up from the ground. It was a defunct sheep and horse ranch that we converted into a community-based U-pick produce farm. And this has been our adventure for 10 years running now, y'all. We've been bushcrafting and living off grid for a very long time. Oh, I'm being told by my boss that there's comments that I'm not looking at. So there again, I'm dyslexic, so I apologize, but she's gonna keep me in line here. Let me see what I got here. All right, Tom. Off-grid terps. I left off you at off-grid terps. All right. Hobo Hideaway. Yep. Good morning, Mrs. All right. See ya. Good luck. Yeah, thank you, Miss Sia. Let's see, Hobo. Is it the one by Yucca Valley, California, by Lander? No. The town that we're looking at is out in the middle of nowhere, kind of south of Albuquerque. Not really. I mean, it's more than 3 hours away from Albuquerque. It's in the middle of nowhere, truly. It's probably why they're having a hard time selling it. But great live streams working on these buildings and improving on what's there. It would make a very interesting few years for us to have a good time with. Got a billiards hall, post office, all kinds of stuff. Let's see, get caught up on these comments. Can't wait to watch the adventures. Yes, Miss Sia, it's gonna be fun. You two need a TV show. Well, I don't know about that. I like entertaining direct to the people, and I don't really care for Hollywood all that much. YouTube's enough for me, really. I like to keep it real, keep it with the people, keep it simple, and I don't want to get involved with a bunch of sponsors and none of that stuff. I mean, I'd work with small people, but I won't work with no big corporations. I flat won't do it. I could care less about money. Now, I don't look at money the way most people do, and I never have, and I never will. It's just me, and I ain't gonna get into it. But yeah, we'll do YouTube live, y'all. It's cool. I don't really care about the fame and popularity so much as I like to show people what I know, and I like to learn from others like myself. The whole Southwest is at dead. Yeah, I know. I'm well aware. We're looking for something that has a river, a spring, stream, creeks, somewhere where I have water rights and can draw down. I've had water rights before in Oregon. I had the oldest water rights on my water source, which was called Bridges Creek. Bridges Creek, my water rights had precedence, which means I got first drawdown on the water. And I was entitled to 1/6 of every gallon that flowed through. And we had, on average, 30 to 40 gallons a minute flowing through Bridges Creek. So, yeah, water is always an issue, especially in the Southwest. Pacific Northwest, not so much, except in the summertime, unless you're in the high desert of Oregon or somewhere like that. But yeah, water's going to be a main issue. Likely we'll find something with either a well or springs, creeks, rivers. I've had many properties with rivers and creeks and springs, and it's something I always look for. I currently have a 1/4 acre pond on this land that is about 400,000 gallons, and it is fully stocked with fish. Let me walk over this way a little bit. I don't want to get too far because I don't have my external router in the right location. I'll drop this live stream. Here we go. This current piece of land here in Kentucky is just over 11 acres. And it's one of many that we've owned. We buy and sell properties about every 2 to 4 years on average. And we take rural land and just enhance them, build on them, add to them, and just make them something interesting that someone else would come along and see the work that's been done and appreciate it for what it is, which what we try to really establish, be it a farm, a tree farm, is like a sanctuary, a place to go where all the troubles of the world and stresses of the day can be left behind and one can embrace nature. And my philosophy is simple when it comes to these homes and land purchases that we do. My philosophy is to leave something nice for another family to enjoy or series of families to enjoy over the long term. I like to show people inspiration and creativity and something about leaving an interesting piece of land behind for others to enjoy rather than me keep it for myself has a whole different profound effect on me than when I bought my first piece of land thinking I would never move. So let me get back to these. Let's see. Pioneer Town. Yeah, Pioneer Town. Ninth Gate. Welcome, Ninth Gate. Thank you for coming in, Ninth Gate. I appreciate you. You are definitely going to be a moderator for sure. All right. We appreciate you being here. I see that you're on it over with Miss Sia. Thank you very much. Welcome. Lemon Phone, or I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. Layman Phone, welcome. I'm dyslexic, forgive me. All right, get caught up here. Hobo, can't wait. I'm excited for you guys. We'll definitely watch. Just thank you. We appreciate your support too, partner. Giving us a shout outs on your channel. Y'all, Hobo Hideaway's got a great channel. Messia Tonga Tonga's got a great channel. There's a lot of people in here. If you see a blue shield on their name, they likely got a channel worth checking out. I'm dyslexic at the moment. I'm having a hard time getting all the names out, but y'all know who you are, and anybody here watching wants to see good content. And there's a lot of good creators in here that got the little blue badges by their names. I encourage you to please check them out. Rodolfo Vaca, hello, hello. That's vaca, that's cow in Spanish, Hoss. We close in 10 days. Yep, pretty close. Actually, a little less than that. Thereabouts, yeah. Newton, Iowa. Yeah, I heard that on your videos. Y'all welcome to come by. Hey, if we run through there, we may do that because another creator up in Indiana asked us if we might swing by there. So we might make a little hook trip and hit some back roads and stop and see a few people along the way. I got a partner up in Michigan too. I might go see. He's a really, really cool dude, and he's been really kind to me over the years. And I want to get up to Michigan and see him before I head so far west because I might not get to see him again. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna try to get a trip up there. So we might actually be able to pull that one off. Let's see here. I'm listening, but driving to a garage sale. Yeah, you said you was going to the garage sale on your live stream this morning. So yeah, thank you all for joining. We're just we're getting y'all updated on the moving progress right now. I was so busy packing boxes and tubs and sorting all my camping gear yesterday. I couldn't bring myself to run a live stream because I wouldn't have been able to give y'all any attention whatsoever because I could barely even walk through my shop. It was an absolute disaster area in here. I had stuff stacked everywhere. There's the warden, y'all. Y'all want to say hi to the warden? The warden's here. And she's going to get mad at me and throw something at me hard. I better get away from her. She got sharp objects over there, y'all. I like messing with her. She's a good sport about it. She ribs me. If y'all heard half the stuff she said to me, y'all probably stop listening. No, I'm just kidding. I'm honoring y'all. I like to laugh and have a good time. I don't mind being the butt of the jokes. I like being made fun of. I like making fun of people, man, but I like to do it in a good spirited way. Laughing to me is the fuel of life. Laughter is the best medicine that this world has to offer my soul and my mind. So I take every opportunity to cut up and be silly. And that's just part of my nature. I get called a lot of things and labeled a lot of things for it, but that's all right. I like labels because I can have fun with it because I don't take it too personal. I don't get excited about it. No point in it. Life is too short. Donkey Buds is in the house. What's going on? I didn't even see you in there, brother. What's going on? See, I'm dyslexic, y'all. So I miss comments. I'll see them and then they just disappear because of what my eyes process it. But I got the boss in there. She'll keep me in eye. Let me see. I don't know if y'all can see her. Yep. She's throwing something at me. I better run. All right. What are we doing? I don't know what we're doing. We're going to look at a bench I carved. Some of y'all might have seen it. I know some of y'all have for sure. Life is a journey, y'all. Enjoy the ride. That is my philosophy. It is not the destination that I desire. It is everything in between here and there is what makes my life interesting. To say that I have arrived is boring for me. I don't want to arrive ever. I like the journey more than I like the destination. It's the spice of life for me. Meeting people, traveling, building. There's so much tangible a man can hold in his hand at the end of a day when he can build something for himself and his people and his friends, when he can reach out and connect with the community and those people around him. I just can't think of anything more fulfilling in this life than to have the freedom to grow your own food, to build your own structures, to be outdoors with your people, enjoying nature and embracing life the way I feel, my personal opinion, that mankind was meant to exist and dwell outside, not inside. Inside is for sleeping, meal prep, things like that sometimes, but for me, I hardly ever go indoors except to lay my head on a pillow. I don't care how cold it is. Well, I ain't been up in Alaska, mind you, but I've been in 30 below. I don't care how cold it is. I just camped last winter, 17 degrees, with a summer tent and a summer sleeping bag in Gila Hot Springs. I'm not put off by hardship at all. For me, hardship is stripes well earned in the course of a day's work, and it makes my journey worth doing when I can feel and see the results of my labors at the end of the day. That's what drives me, y'all. I like to work hard. Donkey Buds, thank you for being here, man. Thank you for making all the comments and being a part of the program here. We're going to make you a mod. I know you're going to handle yourself right. Definitely make you a mod partner. Thank you. Thank you for being part of the journey and the adventure, y'all. I don't like talking about destinations, y'all. Let's talk about the adventure and the journey. All right. Hobo, you got to go. Have a wonderful day. You too, man. We will contact you through your comments, boss man. And I'll reach out and we'll get an email. We'll exchange numbers and we'll see about making a trip out there. I don't really see it being a problem. I'll give you a wind chime. Oh, dude, here. Hold on, if you're still there, I want you to hear the wind chime. I love wind chimes. Absolutely love them. Wind chimes and bells. I'm on the spectrum, I guess, so I'm very interactive. I like to touch things, make things, build things. Yeah, I like to. I love wind chimes, bells. I love it. Awesome, man. Y'all good people. Good people. Happy Father's Day to the dads out there. I am not a father. My wife and I did not have children. We've been married for 26 years, and we spent a good part of that time reaching out to communities, volunteering. We volunteered thousands and thousands of hours, feeding people, volunteering for all sorts of community outreach organizations, like the helping raise our nieces and nephews. With my family, I got a huge family. I got over 70 nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews. So we've spent a large amount of our marriage interacting with our families and being the aunt and uncle that everybody could, come to when they needed things. So that's kind of been our role in this life, is community outreach and, being with our family and growing food and just living our life the way we want. Let's see. That's a different type of father, like work. Still so happy So still happy. Yes, absolutely. Happy Father's Day. We played the role of parents for a bunch of our nieces and nephews. We've had guardianship. We've raised kids in our home for years, but we just didn't have our own. But we played a different role, and we was happy to do it. We was happy to be there when our people needed us the most. So when hardship comes around, that's what family and friends are about. That's what community really is being there to support one another when things get tough, and when things are going good. That's when you really solidify that bond as a family, as a friend, as a community. You build something together and you watch it flourish and grow. And if hardship shows up, you throw in together and you get it done. That's my shop is a mess. It is a mess, y'all. So is my yard. I got stuff everywhere, but we're gonna get it. I'm not even going in the house. She done threatened to do something mean to me if I showed the house. We're not gonna show the house. It's packed up though. The house is like 80-90% done. There's boxes stacked everywhere and organized, but there's a lot going on in there, so we got a lot to do. I wonder if any of y'all, I don't know if any of y'all ever seen these things before. They're pretty good. They got a lot of room in them. If I can get these things off here, get my big head out the camera. See what we got, y'all. I got my little mutt. There it is. A U-Haul shipping container with my little puppy inside. What are you doing, Peanut? Come on. What are you doing, Peanut? You better not even think about peeing on that blanket. I already know you're thinking about it. It smells funny, doesn't it? Huh? What does it smell like there, buddy? So these things are handy, man. I used a different version of these when they first come out. I don't know, about 6 or 8 years ago when we left Oregon. It was a wooden version. This is metal and fiberglass, and it seems to be a lot more rigid and sturdy than the first version we used back when we moved out of Oregon. So I'm looking forward to more room and a little bit more sturdy construction on these two boxes we got here. Yeah, cheaper than shipping containers. Yeah, I mean, they're like a small shipping container. I mean, they're almost built to the exact same specs. It's just like a sliver of a shipping container, really. Not the same material, mind you. This is galvanized steel and fiberglass. But basically, if you took a shipping container, not the high cube, but the standard height shipping container, and sliced it in pieces, that's what you got. Different company, same thing. Yeah, was it Pods or something like that? And they don't like showing up in places I live. They like doing business with people around cities and towns. That Pods place, they've turned me down several times, saying, "No, we won't come nowhere near where you live." Donkey Bud says, Ridgefield, Washington, the town I grew up in, also the birthplace of U-Haul. I did not know that. As much as I've used U-Haul, I should have known that I didn't. See, we got I cannot, that is one big word that runs together. We'll just say I need something like that. Yeah, these are handy. Man, I'd like to have about 10 or 15. I'd love some coffee if you don't mind. She gonna get me some coffee, y'all. She's awesome. I would love to have about 10 or 15 of these things sitting around, man. I mean, these are like the perfect storage sheds. I mean, I was just thinking, how could I get U-Haul or buy some used ones, man? These things as handy as it comes for off-grid or storage now. I mean, I just don't know if it'd be economical comparable to, like, say, a 20-foot shipping container. Now, I bought a high cube 40-foot shipping container in Oregon, and then built a barn around it. And that high cube shipping container cost me $5,500. I had a custom roll-up door put in it, like on this shed I got here, but I had a roll-up door put on my shipping container, and with the door addition and the delivery cost me $5,500. So I don't think that these things as individual units would be cheaper. I'd probably be more expensive a little bit, but for tight confined spaces, and a guy or gal needs some storage off grid, something this size and that type of construction would be just as handy as it comes. And I would love to have a few of these things. I'm not a metal worker, otherwise I'd make me a couple. Pardon me, I gotta reach down here and grab these pins so I don't lose them. I'm a decent carpenter, but I'm not much of a metal worker. A little bit, I know a little bit about welding. I can weld some, but I ain't building no boxes like this, y'all. I'm not that kind of welder. I wouldn't even pretend to be. Alright, I gotta close this thing up so we got some weather coming in later tonight, I think, so I gotta make sure these things are secure. I apologize for all the banging and clanging. Oh, look, I got my puppy. He's in there. Look at him. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Hi, baby. That's my little Peanut. That's Abel, y'all. That's my wife's service dog. I trained him, and she has been training him together to suit her needs as a disabled woman. So we ain't gonna get into that. But anyway, that's our service dog, y'all. So I need some music. Maggie, what's going on? All right, I think I need to hook up my power. I got my solar charger over here. I'm gonna get some power going, y'all. Keep this live stream up and running for a little bit. I'll just shoot the breeze with you while I try to figure out how I'm gonna approach this next step. Get my big head out of the way. All right, I think we're rocking some power. Yep. All right, we got power, y'all. I'm gonna hook this phone up. Pardon me, sorry about that noise. Got something stuck to my charging cord. All right, there we go. Now I can stop shaking this phone, making y'all seasick. Hard enough looking at me. Okay, now we're doing it. Now we're doing it. Even if it's wrong, y'all, we're doing it. Let me set this up a little higher. Okay. Alright, got this silly little tripod thing here going on. We're all crooked now. Yeah, I'm a rookie videographer. Alright. Alright, we got perspective now. Hey, Jody. Oh man, this silly tripod is not being my friend, y'all. Alright, now we're rocking. Much better. Inverter, yeah, it is. I'll show you. I'm not endorsing them per se. I just bought this because it was practical and affordable. It's by a company called EcoFlow. You hook your solar. Hold on, let me flip this camera around. I'm trying to do this backwards like a dummy. All right. So it's got all kinds of hookup points to it. That's for a cigarette lighter, 12-volt plug. Like regular plug-ins. This is where you plug in your solar power right here. And it's got a landline charging cord you can put in here. There's your fuse. This is your operating side. You got USB charging ports. And this you turn it in each individual zone off. Now the light comes on. And then it shows you operating time, hours. But I'm not charging right now, but I'll go grab them and show them to you. Let me set this down, show you what you're asking about. I like the solar stuff. All right, hold on a minute. All right, hold on. I'll show you the solar panels. I got a set of 2 of them. All right, I'll turn this camera down for a little bit better view. There again, I'm not endorsing these people. I bought them because it was affordable and practical for me. So far, it's been a good set. I'll say that. I've been doing all of my live streams except for a couple from this inverter that I charge with the solar panels. So thank you for asking. It's a great question. I like the ability to have power when I need it. I don't use a lot of power. I like candles and oil lamps, camping lanterns, rechargeable lights. I try to use as little as grid power as possible, and likely I may not have grid power ever again with this move. It just depends. It's likely it'll be 100% solar from this point on. Yeah, it'll definitely work. It's a good starter. I mean, this is good for, you know, backcountry. This solar, or this inverter is a little heavy. I mean, it's about 45 pounds, which you ain't gonna want to do a lot of packing with a 45-pound inverter. But if you're going somewhere to set up for 2-3 weeks or even a month in the backcountry, you know, something like that be worth packing in and having. And you got all the power demands you could possibly need in backcountry, you know, living out of a tent or, you know, a trapper shack or something like that. So that's why I bought this smaller unit, because, you know, when I'm not busy doing certain things, off seasons, things are slow, I'll spend time, you know, camping deep in the backcountry. We got some glare coming off my lens here. Something, the way the sun's coming through. I'm gonna move that perspective just a touch for y'all. All right. So, yeah, I like the solar options. I'm gonna have a much larger solar option when I get my next homestead started, which will be coming up here. And well, it'll take us at least 30 days to close, and we got a few weeks left here, less than a few weeks here. So I would say in under, you know, 45 to 60 days, we'll be moving in somewhere, because I'll be ready to buy as soon as I find exactly what I'm looking for. It doesn't take long for me to decide. Let's see, you say your family's business is in Australia, is all about off-gridders. Nice. We make Homestead cooker, a wood-powered stove, which is designed to hook up to a hot water heater. Nice. We're gonna have to check you out. Let me see here. That's not what I wanted to do. Come on, go away. Will you make? You all right?
Yeah.
No. Hey, well, he got all of them. Never mind. I'll take care of it. You got to deal with your hand and him. You want help?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Let's see. I just added you as a moderator there. I can't say your name. Sorrel. I'm dyslexic. There's too many letters running together. Seworru. I made you a moderator, so if you got a link to your family's place there, please put it in the chat. I'll be interested in checking them out and seeing what y'all offer out that way. Thank you for mentioning it, and I'll be happy to let it come through the chat if you want to post a link for them. That way I can check it out later when I get a chance to look at the comments and stuff when I review this later. Awesome. Appreciate your engagement with the channel. My sweetheart just brought me some fresh coffee, so I'm going to say cheers. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all joining me today. Little puppy just getting himself a little wipe down over there. Having a white dog is impossible to keep him looking clean. But dogs are supposed to get dirty anyway, you know, it's fun. But boy, when he gets a little bit of dirt on him, he looks filthy. He's pure white. Is that the stove you're talking about? Pardon me, y'all. There's a stove that is in the comment he was saying his family in Australia makes these off-grid stuff. So I really want to know. That's cool. Burrows, call me Burrows. Burrows. Oh, Burrows. Bur Burrows. I'm dyslexic. Burrows. Burrows. Burrows? I don't know. Burrow. I like burrow. It's like, yeah, I like burrow. Woodfirestoves.com. All right. Awesome. I'm going to go write that down because I don't want to forget. I'll be right back. Cheers, y'all. Pronounced like Burrows. You were right the first time. Okay, roger that, boss. Hey, Rex, what's going on? What's going on? I'm late, but I'm here. Oh, you ain't late. You ain't late. I'm just shooting the breeze today, Rex. Good to catch you again. Good to catch you again, boss. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, what was it? Woodfire Stove. I gotta write this down. I gotta write something down real quick, y'all. Yeah, woodfirestoves.com. Thank you for that link. I'm writing that down on my notepad right now. All right, let's see. Woodfirestoves.com. I'm assuming they ship to the United States, right? I like networking. I like reaching out. I like learning new things. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Let me know if there's a better way. I don't know everything, man. I've learned most everything I do is self-taught or learned from YouTube content creators when I couldn't figure something out. You know, I'm just here to offer what I know, learn from y'all as much as y'all can learn from me, or vice versa, however way we can get her done. And that's what it's about, though, is just living the way we choose to live and getting our lifestyle done. Growing our food, raising our animals, making our products, and doing our life the way we choose to engage with it. That's what this is all about. None of us are perfect. None of us know it all. But together, we are dynamic. Cheers to the content creators, y'all. Cheers to y'all. And cheers most definitely to the audience. Because without the audience, content creators, we're just people in the country just doing stuff, right? Cheers to the audience. Thank you all for coming. Thanks for the likes, shares, and subscribes. We appreciate you. We truly, truly do. One of many places we've owned land. We own 2 separate land holdings, rural land holdings, and 2 land holdings that were in town. So in total, we own 4 separate land holdings and homes in the Illinois area. We are now in central Kentucky, getting ready to sell. We are moving our homestead out west, y'all. Anybody just joining us? This homestead in central Kentucky is on a new adventure. We are heading out to the desert southwest to build a bushcraft homestead from the ground up. Or if we find something that has a barn or a small structure, old house on it, we'll gut her, we'll do whatever it takes. We're going to bushcraft her, and we're going to make her livable. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to live off the grid. This will be our 6th build. We've done quite a few before this, but this will likely be our first fully off-grid, 100%. We're up in the stakes, y'all. We're up in the stakes. Hello, Larry. I didn't see your comment. I'm dyslexic, Larry. Thank you for coming in. Sometimes the comments will pop up, and as soon as my eyes see them, they go away. Yeah, happy Father's Day, everybody. Happy Father's Day. Cheers, Ninth Gate. Thank you, thank you. Beautiful stuff, Maggie says. Awesome. Thank you for checking that out for me, Miss Maggie. We didn't make you a moderator yet? No, you got to be a moderator. What? You're a moderator, aren't you? Yeah, you're a moderator. Okay. I don't know why it's looking weird. Anyway. Yeah, cool stuff. Thank y'all for looking. I can't wait to get on there and check it out. We might have to put an addition to the homestead once we get out west, y'all. I got a little outfitter stove that you can put in a tent, a little wood stove, and I got a little mini heater buddy that you could also put in a tent. I use those for keeping warm, but I like wood fire. Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. Yeah, we had 200 plus hens. We had ducks, guinea fowls. I helped my neighbor, older couple. I used to help them take care of their horses. I took care of their horses for them for several years, and we've had dogs. I've never been a cattle rancher or a horse rancher or anything like that. We will be getting some goats once we get out west. Help keep vegetation and things like that under control when it's necessary. And goats are great for milk and meat when need be. But we like growing, so we're going to be building a very interesting greenhouse at some point that will accommodate the growing conditions in the desert Southwest region. I have some very interesting designs in mind. Growing our own food, producing our own medicines, our own tinctures. This is what we've been doing for many, many years now. So refreshing. So thank you very much. Thank you, Miss Maggie. Again, Larry, thank you. Sorry I missed your comment early off. Why the Southwest? I haven't lived there yet. So my wife and I, let me turn this music down just a touch. My wife and I decided quite a few years ago to sell everything we owned and go on an adventure. So we liquidated everything we owned, all our land holdings, all our savings, everything. And we decided to buy homes and land. And every 2, 3, or 4 years, depending on how much work we need to do, we improve this home, land, farm, tree farm, ranch. We improve it. Not dramatically so, but make it fun and interesting, and then we sell it and then do it again. And we've been doing that full time for 10 years, but we've been doing it since we got married, and I've been bushcrafting and doing outdoor stuff since I was a young boy. I mean, outdoors and building is pretty much all I've ever done. I mean, I've had a career, but this has always been me. Outdoors, doing what I do. Hiking, free climbing, cliff diving, you name it. If it's outdoors, I'm doing it. You know, rafting, fishing, hunting, tracking, you know, backcountry expedition, anything, anywhere. When I drove a semi long haul for 16 years. And during that time, I always kept camping gear and fishing poles and tackle in my truck. And I mean, I would just pull over on the side of the exit ramps in places. If I had time to kill, had a couple days, instead of sit at a truck stop for the weekend, man, I was up in the mountains somewhere, you know, going to the backcountry, finding a lake that ain't nobody go to, you know. I always had a real adventurous spirit. When I traveled cross country and I took laborers with me, I would do all sorts of things. We'd rent boats and go fishing on lakes, and you know, we hit amusement parks and go on wilderness adventures and go caving and cliff diving. I mean, the guys that used to travel cross country with me, we worked hard, but man, we played hard too, man. We had a good old time. Abel, come here, buddy. Come on. I got to get my dog. He's wandering around. Abel, come. Hey. He's right over there. He's being stubborn. He's been chasing a chipmunk. He saw a chipmunk pop out from them boards. So he's hunting that chipmunk. He's right over there. But he don't want to listen. He's on to a chipmunk, y'all. He thinks he's something now. He found him a chipmunk. We got so many chipmunks and squirrels out here in Kentucky. They keep that dog busy now. They keep that dog real busy. Yeah, this next chapter actually, Rex, I like that. King. Rex is Latin for king, boss. I love that name. King Ashley Vance, man. That's a heck of a name. Yeah, this next phase is going to be wild, man. It's going to be pretty bold and ambitious, but in my opinion, it's going to be less ambitious than the U-Pick produce farm we did in Oregon. And that was 4 years of 80, 90-hour weeks. That was relentless, man. That was a chore. But we had a great group of community volunteers that helped us build that farm up and helped us do planting and weeding and harvesting. I mean, our last year there, we had 27 volunteers on a regular rotating basis that helped us maintain the farm. We never paid ourselves for the farm, and we never paid employees. Everything was volunteer. We volunteered our time and our land, and all the labor for the farm to run the farm was done through community volunteer work. We didn't do 501c3. We didn't fill out taxes, none of that. We just engaged directly with the public. That's how we've always done it. I don't answer to the government. I don't report to the government. I'm not interested in anything they have to say. Thank you, Larry. We like having fun. I like staying busy. I'm real high strung. I mean, I can be laid back and mellow, but when it comes to working and projects, man, I'm like a little Tasmanian devil, man. I can't get enough of it. I love building. I gotta have something tangible in my hands at the day, you know. I don't like sitting through a day and not having something to say, yeah, look, I did that. To myself, not necessarily anybody else, but that's what drives me my whole life is what can I do to improve my surroundings? Can I improve the surroundings of my neighbors, my friends, and my family? And that's just what motivates me. I got plenty of energy to spread too. It's just in nature. Chipmunks drive your pits nutty. Yeah, I know. They get after him, boy. They taunt him all day. How do you find water? With a good drill set and some good maps, USGS survey maps, and understanding the way of the terrain flows and precipitation amounts, average amounts. I'm pretty good at scouting springs and water, and where I lack, I'll certainly hire a professional when need be. Ninth Gate says, sounds like an epic adventure. Yeah, it will be. It will be fun. It'll be less than the Oregon adventure, I assure you. That was man, that was something. I tore both of my shoulders doing that project. I ripped both of my rotators completely and had to have surgery twice during that 4 years, scaling that farm up. It made it very challenging. Let's see, Maggie says, not interested in anything. Better than myself. Yeah, about the government. Roger that. I'm not interested. Government simply means govern, right? To control, to rule. And mint is from the Latin word. In Latin, mint means an effervescence or something of the mind. So the word government literally translates in etymology to mind control. Government, govern, to control, to rule. And mint is Latin for mind. Control the mind. That's government. Very simply put. They structured it in the word itself. It's not speculation. It simply is what it is. I study language. I study Spanish, German, Hebrew, Greek, Russian, Japanese, and several. I study the history and progression of language. I study world history, military conflict throughout world history. I study geology, seismology. I have something akin to a photographic memory. Slightly different, but I'm a nerd, and I'm endlessly interested in everything about this world, which is what drives me to do what I do. All right, I'm gonna take this charger off. I think we got some power now. And walk around. I like the pace. I don't like sitting still very long. The EPA shut down your foundry. That's bogus. Yeah, geothermals is awesome. Evaporative cooling. Yeah, any way to generate your own power, heat and cool your own home, earth homes, any of that kind of stuff is definitely what we're about. Yeah, I did a lot of contracting in the moving business. I moved a lot of high-level military people over my career in the corporate military relocations business. I moved a lot of colonels, captains, generals, brigadier generals, things like that. The DOD is not fun to work for. They like things the way they like things, even if it don't make sense. Yeah, 60 varieties of fruits and vegetables, fruit trees, 200 plus laying hens, free range. Yep. We like growing natural food, no chemicals, no inputs, just natural the way Mother Nature intended it. We're getting moving on. We're getting it going, y'all. You got to go to bed midnight. Yeah, subscribe, like your vibe. See you. Thank you for coming. We appreciate the info about your family's off-grid wood stoves too. We're gonna check y'all out, and maybe we'll do some business with your people there, Hoss. Thank you for coming. You have a blessed day. So those of you just joining us, we're getting our gear packed up. We're moving our homestead out west. We're going out to the desert southwest. This will be our sixth build, our sixth adventure. We're going to build a fully bushcraft, off-grid homestead in the high desert plains, or high desert mountains, I should say. We're getting loaded up. We get about 80% of our boxes and plastic tubs packed up. I'm not going to do much loading today. We got more organizing and sorting to do, which I don't want to do, and try to keep up with y'all's comments because it wouldn't be fair. So we do plan on live streaming while I'm loading these crates and my trailer. I got a flatbed trailer I'm loading with a bunch of these wood beams I've been cutting. See right there. I've been milling these with chainsaws, and I'm taking these wooden beams out west with me, and I'm going to use them for part of my first build out there. I got some oak ones right here. I got some rugs on them because it's going to rain and my rugs need a good rinsing, so we're going to let the rain do half the work for us tonight when it rains. We got a lot of wood beams load up on a trailer, some wooden benches I've made. Here's a one bench. It's right here. Life is a journey, y'all. Enjoy the ride. Life is a journey. Enjoy the ride. That's going to the desert southwest with us. That's going to be a bench at the new homestead. Not quite done with it yet, but we're getting there. Got everything sitting out, getting ready to start loading. But not today. Sorting today, more sorting. We'll be loading probably tomorrow and the next day. I'm not sure yet. I got to do some town running. I got to get a license plate on my trailer, because in Kentucky you don't have to have a license plate on your trailer unless you leave the state. And I've never left the state with this trailer since I bought it. It's right there. So I got to go in tomorrow morning and get a license plate so I can travel outside the state and not get pulled over. And then we're going to load that trailer up. We're going to load these boxes up. So I would project maybe Tuesday or Wednesday we'll be live streaming, loading this stuff, tillers and wood chippers and machinery, and trying to stack on top of it. I'm going to show y'all how we do that. I have a very unique approach to dealing with weird bulky articles, whether they're being packed into a U-Haul shipping box or a semi-truck or overseas shipping containers. That's what I specialized in my career, was loading trucks and trailers and moving people all over the country and all over the world. And I want to show y'all a really interesting approach to loading bulky articles that may seem impossible or difficult to stack on. I'll be showing y'all how that's done. How do you stack on top of a wood chipper? How do you stack boxes on top of a tiller? What if you're loading a U-Haul truck and you got a big old wheelbarrow? How do you stack stuff on and around a wheelbarrow without it being a problem? That's what I do. That's what I used to do. Still good at it though.
Midnight moon is bleeding all on the creek. Old man's mumbling, his voice is getting.
Oh yeah, we're definitely making more food videos. So that's going to be part of the live stream, Miss Maggie. That's a great question. When we start live streaming in the Desert Southwest, one of the things that we're going to do is either during the live stream, towards the end, we'll be making a meal, or once our daily workload is over, we may run a separate live stream with Miss Jody doing a cooking live stream. So we haven't really sorted out those details quite yet. It's going to really depend on how the audience wants it. That's what really matters. If the audience wants to see a separate cooking segment, Bushcraft cooking off grid, then we'll run a whole separate segment for that. Or if they want to see it incorporated into the general live stream. But we're going to be running live streams at least 5 days a week, maybe even 6. We'll be doing canning, tincture making, showing how we make our own antibiotics, our own antimicrobials, how we extract different essential oils and things from different plant substrates, how we make and build our own soil, what we call biodynamic soil. We add mycorrhizal or mushroom mycelia into the soil substrates to allow proper water flow and mineral distribution subsoil. It does it naturally through the fungus that you impart in the soil. And we'll be demonstrating all these techniques about water conservation, subsoil irrigation. My entire farm in Oregon was subsurface irrigation with drip tape. I irrigated 4.5 acres. I could run 2,000 linear feet of drip tape with a 1 horsepower water pump from Harbor Freight. It's like a $300 water pump. The water pump I had set at 50 psi. My drip tape system stepped it down to 11 psi. So I could water a football field with a 1 horsepower Harbor Freight water pump, subsurface, at 11 pounds of pressure, moving water. And that is a phenomenal amount of water to move with such little pressure. To be able to water an entire football field at one time with a 1 horsepower water pump that is as cheap as you can buy from Harbor Freight is a pretty impressive setup. And I used 2 separate YouTubers that do farming and growing. I used 2 separate systems and made a hybrid system and made it work for a larger system, but I had to segment it in zones and run them on timers. But basically I could run, the system would water an entire football field, and I had basically 4.5 football fields that needed watered. So I set them up on timers, and depending on soil needs and moisture, sun, all that, I'd run them anywhere from an hour to 2 hours per zone, and they would just kick on and off whenever I set them to. All I had to do was just check them once a day for leaks, and the whole system ran itself. I mean, it just drew water right off of my creek where we had water rights to, and it really was just a really simple system to set up. I'm not that great with plumbing. I understand water flow, and I understand ram pumps, but like household plumbing is not really my thing. But moving water in very simple methods, yes, I can do that very well. Ram pumps, head pressure, even factoring for the friction loss inside of the 100 psi water supply line that you buy for homesteading. If you want to factor in for the friction loss, if you're moving water through a ram pump, the simple equation is 0.023. You factor for the friction loss inside of that 100 psi black poly that you would move water through for a small scale homestead. And what that does for you is that tells you, how much head pressure you could potentially lose, and it tells you also how much water flow is moving from one point to another. Basically, it lets you calculate your distances and pressure loss. And it's super easy to do, especially now. You can just ask a Google or whatever AI platform to run the math for you, and it's simple and easy to figure out. I'm not talking about anything complex. It might sound that way, but it's not. It's simple understanding of water dynamics and pressure and where it goes. It just flows easy when you understand the basics of it. There's nothing to it. I need a drink, y'all. Give me some juice. Okay. Oh, we got off-grid turf. You got to go. I'm probably gone. I missed the comments. See, Maggie, have y'all heard of Cowboy Ken Rollins? No, I haven't heard of him. A little dance after he makes his recipe. That's funny. So you're going to be very popular. Well, thank you very much, Ninth Gate. Stuff people are curious about and interested and useful. Yeah, well, we try to be, and we try to learn from others too. Thank y'all for coming in. Anybody's coming in and going, I appreciate it. And sorry if I missed your comments, y'all. We appreciate all the support from you guys. The whole YouTube community and the Bushcraft community, off-grid community, outdoor community in particular is showing a lot of love for this channel. And we're humble and grateful for that. We thank you guys. And we're going to try to keep you guys interested, keep you guys informed of what we're doing. And we're going to try to do projects that the audience wants to see us do, as well as, just engage directly with the audience while we're doing our live streams. That way, anything y'all want to know, or if you want to understand something more in particular about what I'm working on, what I'm building, y'all will have the opportunity, because we'll be live streaming for at least 5 days a week, and it'll be 8, maybe 10 hours a day. So y'all are going to see this unfold in real time from start to finish, a build of a Bushcraft homestead right from the ground up. As soon as we get out west, we got to load the containers. We're almost there, y'all. We're going to be leaving real soon. Got my bull hide sitting out here so it can get some rain on it. It needs rinsed off. That bull hide is from Spain. I got an alpaca hide in the shop that's already packed away. I got an alpaca hide from South America. One of my favorite things I've collected along my ways, my journeys. That's a cool bull hide I keep on my shop floor. I'm gonna let the rain clean it off a little bit before we get it loaded and packed away. Moving to Homestead to the desert southwest from central Kentucky, y'all. Yeah, these porch swings are a lot of fun, girl. We've had many nights. I spent the whole winter out here on these swings. I had a fire rocking. I had blankets out here. I even had a propane heater out here because it got so cold. But yeah, I love my porch swings now. Can't beat a porch swing. Oh, there's my my outfitter stove. There's my Bushcraft fire pit, y'all. Let me see if I can flip this camera because the sun's being brutal right now. Man, that sun is something. There we go. That's a Bushcraft fire pit. I can turn this into an oven, a smoker, or a setup for grilling right now. But I can take this and make an oven out of it, and I can make a smoker out of it too. That's why these blocks are all sitting here, and those blocks are not mounted. They're just sitting there on top of one another. I let friction hold them together. Oh, there's a cool antique fire hydrant extinguisher, I guess. There's my kitchen cookware for the Bushcraft kitchen. There you go. There's a farm in Oregon, y'all. That's the farm I had in Oregon. Coos River Ranch. We built that in 2017. Now we're going to the Southwest, y'all. Another homestead, another state, another journey, another adventure. Got my silly little mutt in here looking for scraps. What are you looking for there, Hoss? There ain't nothing in there for you. What you looking for? What you looking for, buddy? Huh? What you looking for? This place has been fun to own, but it's time for a new adventure, y'all. This place is sold, and we are heading west. This is my fish camp sign. It's a Japanese razor saw for cutting dovetails. Dovetail saw, Japanese razor saw. Yeah, this is a funny sign. I like this one. Just walking around saying goodbye to the property, y'all. We're heading west, new homestead. It's gonna be in the desert Southwest. We just sold this place, y'all. We're heading to New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, or maybe even Utah. We haven't decided on a place yet. We'll figure it out when we get there. That's how we do it. We don't like to make huge plans, but we like to pick a general area. Yeah, the outdoor kitchen, I cannot wait. We're gonna do a rocking outdoor kitchen, y'all. Thank you, Miss Maggie. Yeah, it's time to go, it's time to go. You got it. I like to leave something pretty behind for someone else to enjoy. You know, it's nice to have a cool property, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love these properties, but I get bored if I get it to a certain point and there ain't much left for me to do, then man, I gotta sell it and go do another, you know. That's what, you know, that's what we do. That's what drives me. I like to stay busy. And I like to move around. I don't like to sit in the same place all the time. I love to see the country, and this is my way of seeing the country. And I live in a home on land instead of living in a camper or in a tent. I can go in a camper or tent whenever I want. But basically, I'm always camping. This house right here is just a 1,000 square foot cabin. I mean, it's tiny. You know, that's a little bitty thing. And it's got more room than I need. I don't even need all the room up in there. You know, 1,000 square feet is way too much room for me and her. I don't need that much room to live in. I could live in something like this. It's 12 feet wide by 20 feet long. I mean, that's all I need for a house. I need a, kitchen and bathhouse, to bathe and cook and clean. But as far as living goes, I don't need 1,000 square feet. Ain't no way. I'm outdoors. I'm not indoors. I don't need no big house, period. We don't have children either. So, I mean, that simplifies things dramatically for us. Not everybody has that option, that luxury. I fully understand that. But I love to live simple. I love living simple. That way my stuff does not own me. The more stuff you have, the more that stuff owns you, in my opinion. You spend all your time maintaining and taking care of your stuff, you don't even get to use it. And I found myself in that position for quite a few years, having four-wheelers, trailers, boats, and all that stuff. And I decided I didn't want to live that way no more. I sold it all. Yeah, we're going to do a nice outdoor kitchen. She's been after me for a few years to make her one of them brick ovens, so I think I'm going to have to make her a brick oven, y'all. I think that it's that time, so that'll be something coming up. Almost certainly is a brick oven. All right, let's see here. I got some other pieces of wood over here I need to do something with. Some other oak logs I milled. This is just the outer skins that come off of them. Couple nice little red oak logs I milled out. These two trees right over here. Those two trees died. So I cut them down and made some red oak beams for my new Bushcraft build out west. I'm gonna haul them on this trailer right here. I got about 8 beams I'm gonna be hauling on that trailer. Take them out west with me and start my new Bushcraft adventure. Got a whole new homestead to build, y'all. These were fun. I milled these live stream. This was the first, when I milled these, this was the first live stream I did where I was actually milling lumber. So that's when those got done. But I don't know. I've probably been sitting there for a month already. Oh yeah, if we do any of the builds we're gonna do, Maggie, we're gonna stream 5 days a week at least. And our streams are going to be for 8 to 10 hours a day. Like a regular work day, y'all are going to see us at least 5 days a week. And we'll just be up and running at a set time and set days of the week. And y'all will see us bushcrafting everything, whether it's outdoor kitchens, and I mean, whatever we need. A bathhouse. I'm going to build a bathhouse. We're going to be building a greenhouse. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. I'm hoping to get enough land where we can maybe even purchase a mill, actual bandsaw mill, a small one, and actually do some real production lumber and beams and build everything. But if I gotta mill it with a chainsaw like I've been doing, a chainsaw and a chalk line is all this old boy needs. Well, it'd be nice to make some money from YouTube. I know they're making money off of all us, even when they ain't paying us. Yeah, especially having to look at my mug too much. Oh, y'all might get sick to your stomach looking at me too often. There's something better to look at than me. You got a strong stomach. That's good. You're gonna need it with me, girl. This came off a crab boat in Oregon. Turn of the century crab boat. This is from the Union Pacific Railroad. I got it, cracked it right there. I fixed it with some epoxy. Nothing I could do to save it but put epoxy on it. They still work. They're great lamps. I use them all the time. Thank you for hanging out with us today, Miss Maggie. Helping with the comments and moderating. We appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna let y'all look at the warden for a minute. There she is. Everybody be on their best behavior. She gonna snitch on me. That's the warden, y'all. Gotta watch out. she even got the dog to keep me in line. The warden over there, she ain't gonna let me get away without doing some work, y'all. She gonna make me do some work. See here, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna give y'all a better view here for a second. Hi, buddy. I'll give y'all a little better idea of size perspective with a dresser. Let me see. Let's see how we can set this up so y'all can see it. Hey, get up. No, leave it alone. I did this for a living for nearly 20 years. I moved people all over the country and all over the world. And what I did for a living was load trucks, load containers, and relocate families everywhere from China, Russia, and all over domestically in the United States. So this is one of the things I specialize in, is what I called it was putting 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound container. That's what moving is. y'all are wondering what the plywood and lumber's for, is inside of here where I got to stack a tiller and a wood chipper. I'm going to put them in here and I'm going to build a platform over top of them, and I can stack on top of them, because when you have an irregular shaped item, you can't stack on it, and those things are heavy, so you can't put them up high because they're too heavy. So they got to go on the floor, and then it makes it very difficult to stack anything on top of it. So we're going to use a little bit of plywood and a few pieces of 2x4s. We're going to build a small platform inside of this container, and we're going to put all this heavy stuff underneath it. The tiller, the wood chipper, the log splitter, anything big and bulky and heavy. I'm basically going to build a plywood and 2x4 table that sits over top of the big bulky stuff that's hard to stack on. And this is what I did for many, many years in my moving career, when I was loading weird bulky things, semi trucks, moving people from one home to another. I would build platforms over top of, you know, riding mowers, lawn mowers, big bulky things that just seem impossible to stack other things on top of. You just make a nice flat platform to go over top of it, and then you have another perfectly flat, firm layer to load on top of. And you know, plywood and 2x4s, they're not free, but as far as building something, plywood and 2x4s is as cheap as it gets. You know, standard, you know, 2x4 by 8 foot and 1/2 inch. I just got standard 1/2 inch CDX plywood. This 1/2 inch plywood, you know, this whole thing here was like 150 bucks. I had 3 sheets of plywood and 12 2x4s. And now I can build my platform inside of here, put all the weird bulky stuff underneath, and I don't have to worry about how do I stack on top of that stuff, and just build a little table right on top of it, and then just stack boxes and plastic tubs and whatever I need to on top of that. And then I overcome the issues of how do you stack on top of a log splitter, how do you stack on top of a lawnmower. Well, you put a little platform on it, you got no more issues. You just fill in around. Y'all gonna see it live stream. I'm gonna do it. Y'all gonna see me build a platform. You're gonna see me load all these big bulky articles, all this big bulky stuff. Y'all gonna see how I piece these things together and get these things as full as a man can possibly get them. Like I said, I got nearly, you know, just right at 20 years experience of loading semis and containers. So y'all get to see it done. Y'all definitely gonna get to see her done. I gotta find my coffee. I set it down somewhere. What are you doing, puppy dog? Come here. What are you doing over there? Huh? Hi, buddy. Hi, baby boy. What you doing? Hi, buddy. I'm gonna set this camera down and love on my puppy for a minute. Oh, he's my buddy. We got to stay bonding. Come here, Hoss. Good boy. You want some water? Huh? You thirsty? Get you some water. Cheers, y'all. It's starting to get humid here in central Kentucky, y'all. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, he's a cute pup. That's my buddy. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Oh, hi, my buddy. Come here. Hi, Bubby. Hi. You're a good boy. Where's your chicken? Where's your chicken? Where's your chicken at? Is this chicken in the house?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab it. Give him something to do. He seems like he's a little bored. No. Y'all, he's crazy about this chicken. Shit. He's crazy about this chicken, y'all. This chicken is his Achilles heel. You ready? You ready? Okay.
He wants to know what's for dinner.
I don't know, what are we eating for dinner?
I don't know. I was gonna see what you wanted.
We ought to cook one of them steaks. Maybe we'll live stream that. Maybe live stream a steak dinner. You want to do that?
I don't care.
All right, we might live stream a steak dinner after a while. I don't eat this early in the day though, so it'd be way too early to do any cooking right now. Man, it's getting humid here, y'all. We had a fair amount of rain here lately, and with these higher temperatures here in Kentucky, boy, that humidity get a hold of you quick. Just stay in the shade as much as I can today. And just sorting, a little bit of packing, organizing, and then cooking. But we're going to be live streaming this load probably Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll be loading up these U-Haul containers and getting ready to head west, y'all. Yeah, I like eating after my work is done for the day. I don't like eating with food on my, or eating. I don't like working with food on my stomach. I generally fast throughout the day, and I eat a meal, sometimes two later, much later in the day. But I don't ever eat during the day. It's extraordinarily rare. My body functions a lot better if I'm just a little bit hungry, as long as I stay hydrated. My body functions a lot better when my body is not processing big meals. That's just the way I like to work. Yeah, she's a great cook. She's been doing so much study on nutrition and stuff since we got married, and she saw how challenging my career was physically. She spent hundreds and hundreds of hours researching different methodologies for high nutrition, high vitamins, high hydration, and it's always been done in a very natural way through good quality food that we usually grow and produce ourselves. And that's what keeps me fit at 51 years old. I'm 175 pounds. I have about maybe 4% body fat. I don't eat a ton of meat, but I'm not against meat. I just don't eat a lot of it. My body does not like processing large meals with a lot of meat. I am an absolute fan of meat, and I've raised animals for that very reason. But I like things more natural. And get most of my vitamins and minerals naturally through the food that we grow and consume, and the things that we can dehydrate, and the tinctures and medicines, antibiotics, antimicrobials, things that we make on our own. I don't get side effects from the things that we use for our health. I tried the other method, mainstream medicine, and I seem to have side effects with everything, so I just quit doing it, and I don't go to the doctors at all. I do whatever I got to do myself. I break a bone, yeah, I'll probably have to go to a doctor, but for every other thing, I just got over double pneumonia, or still kind of getting over it, and I never once went to the doctor. I've been treating myself, and that's just how I do it. People may disagree, but it's my choice, and I don't want to spend what little bit of money I do have giving it to doctors and hospitals. I just won't do it. If I cut myself, I'll stitch myself up. I'm not worried about it. I know how to do all that sort of stuff, and I got all the gear to do it with. You know, I don't need to run to the doctor for every little thing. I could care less. I live by a simple rule. Generally speaking, if I can't grow it, fix it, or build it, I don't need it. It's that simple. It makes my life very easy to maintain. I don't have a lot of things that, you know, burden me down on a daily basis. You know, if I can't grow it, fix it, or build it, I just flat don't need it. And that's just the way I look at it. Or a network of people like me that, you know, might do something that I'm not good at, but the idea is just to keep it real simple, keep it plain Jane. My quality of life is a lot better that I don't spend all my time working and maintaining all this different equipment and, you know, four-wheelers and side-by-sides. I have a lot of free time to do almost anything that I choose to do because I chose to let go of the mass amounts of material stuff that I used to own. I used to own four-wheelers, boats, all that stuff, and I just don't do it no more. It's a lot of fun. I'm not saying people who do it are wrong. It's just not right for me because I spent too much time maintaining machines and equipment, you know, paying extra insurance, paying for fuel, paying for parts, tires, all that. It's just endless. And I want to spend as much time as I can outdoors, and to maximize my outdoor free time, I let go of many things. And as y'all can see, our entire homestead is going to fit into 2 shipping containers plus that 14-foot long flatbed trailer y'all see right over there, right there. So everything we own is going to fit in 2 shipping boxes from U-Haul and a 14-foot trailer that I'm pulling with my pickup. And that's how we move. We move real simple. We don't take a lot of stuff with us. We don't buy a lot of stuff. If we have extra stuff when we leave, like this dresser, that dresser right there is getting ready to get donated. It's older, we bought it used, and we'll just donate it to a local charity or shelter. Anybody that'll take it that could give it to another family that could use it. We just like to move real simple. When we get where we're going, if we need new furniture, stuff like that, we'll go to a local thrift store, local Goodwill, and buy dishes or buy, you know, a dresser or whatever it is we need. I don't own a sofa. I don't sit on a sofa or love seat. We don't own them. We don't use them. I'm not inside. I do have a recliner for the winter months if I want to sit back in a recliner, but I ain't sat in my recliner, I don't know, probably 4 or 5, almost 6 months. I just don't sit in a recliner. I got stuff I like to do outdoors. I ain't got time to sit on a recliner. Thank you all for showing up. It's going to be quite the adventure. Bushcrafting in the desert Southwest, we're going to be at least 5,000 feet, maybe as high as 9,000 feet. We got a lot of property potentials. One interesting potential is a ghost town, not a ghost town, I'm sorry, a western town that was built as a movie set. It is a fully functional ranch, and it has barns and buildings and a small hotel, and has all kinds of features on it, and it definitely needs some repairs, which is right up my alley. And it's in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico, and that's just one of many options we're considering right now. There is another in Colorado that's sitting on over 100 acres, way up high, about 9,000 feet. We're considering that one as well. But we'll figure it out when we get there. We like the surprise, you know. We don't want to plan the destination as much as we want to experience the journey, y'all. You know, to me, that's, if I plan a destination, plan, anything goes wrong, then I got stress. If I don't have those definitive plans for my lifestyle, my trip and transition from here to out west is a breeze. Because if it's a property that I'm looking at sells before I'm ready to buy, well, I guess it's sold. I'll go find another. I don't live under those terms and conditions that cause me to be in a place mentally that I don't want to be. So I enjoy the journey from point A to point B, and I'm not worried about what point B is all about so much as what it takes to get there and the next destination after that. So, you know, it's always about the journey for me. What are we doing next? Where are we going next? You know, what's the next property going to be like? What's the next land purchase going to be like? You know, this is what drives us. This is how we do our retirement, not working for someone else. We take our home that we live in, improve it, sell it. Every couple of years we do it again. Time to move, y'all. Thank you everybody for joining us. We appreciate all the likes and comments and shares and subscribes. The YouTube audience has been fantastic with the reception of our new bushcrafting channel and Offgrid. We're truly humble and grateful to every single viewer, every single like, every single comment. We're going to try very hard not to disappoint, keep you interested and engaged. We want y'all involved in the live streams. We want suggestions, criticism. That's fine. I'm here. You see me do something, you know a better way, tell me. Share your knowledge with me. Criticize me, that's fine. I don't mind criticism. It's okay. I take criticism as a way to reflect upon myself. Even if the criticism is misplaced, it still gives me an opportunity to reflect on what's being said and why. So I don't like taking things too personal. People have reasons for saying what they say, just like I do. I don't like to prejudge. I like to take things for what they are. And before I'm too quick to cast the first stone, I like to look inwards. It's a good way to keep too much drama out of your head. See where you fall short first as a human being, and then you have an opportunity to maybe understand another. If we're too quick to judge, too quick to make your mind up, then you're missing out on a whole lot. Because what you see in someone, whether it's a short encounter or even a longer encounter, does not necessarily make up the character and the nature of that person. And through patience and observation, you learn things about people, cultures, music, food, and ways of living that are otherwise hidden from us because we've been trained to think in a certain way and behave in a certain way. And when we're judging or placing labels on others before we truly understand what drives them and motivates them and why they do what they do, we shut ourselves down to things that could otherwise enhance our lives. And it's just, in my humble opinion, it's just a way that we've been taught to think about things in a manner that is not necessarily correct, in my humble opinion. Sorry, I'm losing track of these comments, y'all. Let's see, barbecue flu crew, that's cool, I like that. What about, yeah, we ain't doing that. We don't need none of that mess. Okay. If you don't have something positive to say, I mean, you can criticize, but we're not going to talk about any nonsense. We're not here for that. I'm not going to feed off into any of that kind of silliness. So any of the mods see that stuff, we can give them a timeout. They do it again, just ban them. We're not going to bring that kind of silliness into my house. Anyway, so let's move on. So it's looking like Monday or Tuesday. I'm sorry, Tuesday or Wednesday, we're going to be live streaming. And we're going to be loading these shipping containers for U-Haul, from U-Haul to ship them out west. And that is what is in the immediate works. So y'all will get to see a former mover load up some U-Haul shipping containers for a 1,500 plus mile journey.
When the times got hard, there was nothing but an empty heart. The swamp reclaimed the broken farms, but I stayed.
It's gonna be a wild ride, y'all. Everyone has their unique struggles and coping mechanisms. Yes. Roger that. Roger that, Mrs. Earl. We're just here to talk to the audience today. We got packing and sorting and organizing to do as we prepare to load these containers and move our homestead out west. We're going over 1,500 miles to the Four Corners region, not necessarily the Four Corners. I've not yet decided on our new homestead location other than a general geographic location. We will find it once we get there. Just wanted to say thank you to everybody for the response we're getting from the YouTube community. And we appreciate the viewers and the other content creators that are supporting us. Thank you all. Pepper me with questions if y'all got them, man. I'm here for y'all. Let me know what I'm doing right. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. And together, we'll build an interesting channel. We'll work together. We'll learn some stuff. We'll teach each other some stuff because I don't have all the answers, but I know y'all got answers where I lack. It's pointing at me. The warden's here, y'all.
I just want to know.
There's the warden.
I just want to know if you want broccoli with cheese sauce or rice-a-roni. We're getting low on food.
Let's do broccoli. We haven't had broccoli in a long time. We had rice the other day. You mean for dinner, right? Yeah, that broccoli and cheese and steak. Sounds good to me. We're going to live stream dinner later, y'all. We're going to do steak and broccoli. Bushcraft. On the fire pit, right here. Our Bushcraft kitchen. That's my outfitter stove. And there's our off-grid Bushcraft cooking kitchen, outdoor, just not enclosed. This one, our next one's going to be enclosed. That way we can cook out in an outdoor kitchen 365 days a year, even in the middle of a blizzard. We're going to be able to cook. Just shooting the breeze with y'all today. Not too much work. Sorting and packing, which I'm not going to do right now. It's getting too warm here. Miss Maggie, steak and broccoli. Sounds amazing. Yeah, I'm ready. I don't, like I said, I don't eat a whole lot of meat, but once or twice a week, I like to have a nice big chunk of steak or chicken or even pork. I don't mind. I don't eat big meat protein meals. I get most of my protein and all that good stuff from good vegetables and stuff we grow. See, back just a couple years ago, we canned over 1,000 jars of stuff we grew in Del Rio, Tennessee, where we had our last homestead. We grew an off-grid garden up on top of a mountain at 1,700 feet above sea elevation, and on top of that mountain, we grew about a half an acre for our own use. And between one of our neighbors that volunteered to help us grow, we split the harvest 1/3 for her, 1/3 for me, 1/3 for my wife, because we all three did equal shares of work. And our neighbor was able to can over 500 jars, and we canned just over 1,000 jars from pint jars, mind you. So we got just over 1,500 pint jars off of a half of an acre, and that doesn't count all the stuff that we ate. That only counts what we canned. So 1,500 pint jars we canned off of a half an acre on top of a mountain, and our neighbor got 1/3 of the harvest because of their volunteer work, planting, weeding, and harvesting, and we canned together. It was really fun. We do a lot of canning. We can meats, vegetables. We dehydrate. I haven't got a freeze dryer yet, but that will be in the works. I do like longer term storage with freeze drying, so that'll be a purchase we're going to have to do in the near future. But we're well versed in canning, tincture preparation, natural medications, different plants and herb remedies. It's one of the many things that we've studied out throughout the years, is how to care for ourselves at home and off-grid in a way that is equal to or better than modern medicine. And we don't have all the answers, and we certainly are not healthcare professionals, but we're just going to share with you our journey on how we do what we do, and what y'all decide is up to you. but this is our lifestyle, and we're just sharing a glimpse inside of what we do. Homemade hollandaise. Oh yeah. She's gonna get me hungry. Are y'all gonna stop that mess right now? I don't want to eat. It's too hot. Y'all talking about hollandaise sauce and broccoli and steak. It's too early to eat. I'll go to sleep if I eat this early. Ain't no doubt about it. It's warm. I gotta turn the fan on. It's getting hot, y'all. Alright, bear with me. I gotta turn the fan on. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Walk out into the swamp rain. Just open plain. Blues guitar washing clean my brain.
Broccoli, cheese, and bacon, man. This woman has the most amazing recipe for Brussels sprouts in the entire world. I'll let her tell you about the Brussels sprout recipe, y'all. Man, this girl, I hate Brussels sprouts. I hate Brussels sprouts. I don't even like looking at them, let alone smelling them. I will eat this woman's Brussels sprouts all day long. She can make some Brussels sprouts. All right, I gotta sit down. Plate, New York, roger that. Express mail. I might have to roll me a cigar here in a minute now. I ain't had one in quite a while. I need a cigar. All right, cigar time. Oh man, that's gonna be good. Lemon puff pastries. Oh, I cannot wait. Lemon puff pastries is my all-time favorite everything. Taking just a brief break, y'all. Give my legs a rest. Yeah, she's starting to make my stomach growl too. We might have to eat early. I don't usually eat till dark, but y'all keep talking about food. We're gonna be eating early. She is really good at doing rubs and marinating steaks. Man, that girl can cook. I don't need steak. I don't use steak sauce hardly ever. You don't need it when she makes a steak. Yeah, we're gonna do a good steak dinner tonight, y'all. Live streaming it. Probably ribeye or sirloin. I'm not sure which. Some broccoli and cheese, some lemon puff pastries, it sounded like. She's upping the stakes on me, y'all. Lemon pastry, she must want something. The warden wants something from me, y'all. She's making me lemon puff pastries. Yeah. Good stuff, man. That girl can cook. She makes almost everything from homemade from scratch. I mean, that's how her grandmama taught her to cook, and that's how she's been feeding me all these years. In case you're wondering, I'm rolling a cigar. Thank you, Miss Jody. I'm using a tea leaf wrap and Jamaican pipe tobacco. Jamaican rum. The old Western cowboy cigar. Tea leaf wrappers do not stick very well. They can be a pain in the butt, but I like tea leaf wrappers. Custom rolled cowboy cigar, y'all. I did a terrible job rolling this thing. We got a big move coming, y'all. Big move. Desert Southwest, here we come. Goodbye, Central Kentucky. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited to go. Can't wait. Can't wait to hit the road. It'll be good road trip music. We're taking back roads from Kentucky all the way out west. We're going to stay off the interstates. I like taking the less traveled path. All right, I got to walk. I don't like to sit too long. I came off a crab fishing boat, turn of the century, Coos Bay, Oregon. Union Pacific Railroad lantern. I like old school stuff. Older the better, like me. Old and dusty. I like to be a clown, y'all. Life is too short to be angry all the time. I like to be a clown. Better charge my phone. Alright, get some power going there. For those of you just tuning in, this is a solar powered live stream. The back country and the back hills and hoots and hollers in Kentucky. We're live streaming solar power, getting ready to head to the desert Southwest to build a brand new homestead. We're going to be loading up the shipping containers on Tuesday and Wednesday. I got a trailer over yonder we're going to be loading up too. Taking some lumber I milled here on the land. We're going to be hauling that lumber and all our stuff with us out to the Four Corners region. And we're going to build a brand new homestead from the ground up. We're going to live stream it. at least 5 days a week, 8 to 10 hours a day. Y'all will get to see the whole process unfold live on YouTube. We haven't set the dates yet. We'll be letting y'all know. It's going to be a very interesting way to engage with the larger public. We've done it on small scales on a community-based level for many years, and now we're going to take it to YouTube live. So y'all will get to see us bushcrafting and working and building at least 5 days a week, 8 to 10 hours a day, because that's just going to be my schedule, and I'm just going to be out working, doing my thing, and stopping by and answering questions and seeing what y'all audience is doing. But this will be an interesting project we got ahead of us, y'all. Once we get this relocation sorted out, it's gonna get real fun on YouTube Live, y'all. I gotta grab my lighter. All right. Wife is in there getting dinner prep. We're gonna live stream dinner after a while. Probably, I don't know, we might start streaming about 6 or 7 p.m. maybe earlier. I'm not really sure. I don't like eating when it's still hot out, so I doubt if I'll start before 5 p.m. Eastern time, as we're located in Eastern time zone. So I'd say maybe around 6 or 7 p.m. we're gonna live stream some steak on the grill, unless I can just get unbearably hungry before then, but I kind of doubt it. Show you how we're doing the live stream, y'all. Solar power. Solar power bushcraft live stream today, y'all. And we'll be doing this soon, coming up 5 days a week in the desert Southwest as we build up our new homestead from the ground up, y'all. We'll be making announcements soon about the days we'll be live. We'll be doing live on a set schedule, and y'all be able to tune in whenever you want throughout the week and see what new projects we're working on and follow the progression of what our farm is doing, our homestead, and what we're building one day to the next, one week to the next. It'll be plenty of time to engage with us and question what we're doing, share your knowledge, learn from us as we learn from y'all. That's the way we've structured our entire lives, and we've been doing this together as a couple for over 20 years now. We've been married and together for 26 years, but as a couple we've been working on homes and building homesteads and small rural properties, building them up. We've been doing that for just over 20 years now, so it's not something we're new to. YouTube is very new for us. We've only had this channel up since 2024, and have not uploaded a lot of content until here recently, and we're going to give y'all plenty to watch, plenty to see, and we're gonna take a little bit different approach than what y'all might be used to on the live stream side, and we'll just see how it works out. But y'all definitely gonna have plenty of view time to see what it is exactly we do every single day, and you'll be able to see the progression of projects in real time, not through clips, not through shorts. We'll still produce clips and shorts, but the live stream is going to be the main thing that we're focused on as bushcrafters and homesteaders, to give y'all at least 40 to 50 hours a week to watch us work real time. We will be live streaming on the weekends for sure. We know there's a lot of people that don't work on the weekends, so we are going to definitely structure our live streams as we build our bushcraft homestead up, and we will definitely be broadcasting every Saturday and Sunday for sure. That way those interested in what we're doing will have an opportunity to really tune in and see what some of the really big projects we're going to be working on are going to entail, and how we're approaching these topics and subjects like water, solar power, likely wind turbines, small wind turbines, 500 watt, 1000 watt wind turbines. And we're going to do one step at a time, and we're going to build this homestead up, and it's going to be fully sustainable off-grid food production, meat production, everything it is that one would need to live. That is exactly what we intend to do, because that's what we've been doing for many years now. We did it on a large scale in Oregon when we built a community-based farm. Um, it was a U-pick produce farm where we sold over 60 varieties of fruits and vegetables, and we had over 200 laying hens that were free range. So this is not a new experience for us, but bringing it to YouTube in this fashion is. Um, so we've worked with communities, we've worked with large numbers of volunteers. We both have extensive human resources backgrounds and training, and people. We've worked with a lot of people over the years through volunteers, different organizations that we volunteered for, and volunteers that's work for us on different land projects, because we like to do community-based building and construction when possible, if our local area allows for it, and the volunteer bases there. Currently, we're not doing volunteers, but we may in the future. It just depends on where we land and what we buy, and how the homestead unfolds. But we do love to engage with the public. We love to learn from y'all as much as y'all can learn from us. We'll never claim to know everything, and we'll certainly admit our faults when we're wrong. I'm never too big to say I'm sorry, and I'm never too big to say that I did something wrong or screwed something up. I'll own it if I did it, and if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. I don't have a huge ego. I got a wild personality, but I keep my ego in tight check, because you can't learn if you're full of yourself, and I don't like to be full of myself. I like to learn, so I set my ego at the door when it comes time to learn and build, and share what I know and learn from what y'all know. I'm going to put that ego aside, and I'm here to learn, because I'm going to learn a lot about myself in this process. You can rest assured, because it gives me plenty of time to reflect on myself, what I'm doing, what I'm saying, and how I'm engaging with this audience. And it is my pure intention is to not let you down as an audience, but to build us up together, give us time to think about what we do, what we want from life, how we proceed after it, what it is we want, why it's important to us as individuals, or why it's important to us as a community. That's the spice of life for me. It is everything. I love people, and I love nature. I love the outdoors. And anytime I can bring people into that world, it just fills my heart with joy. That's why we do community-based things, ultimately. Cheers to the audience, y'all. You're holding me back. It's all right. What you got?
I was going to make some ham chops for my friend. So all that ham we fried them.
And maybe even some more. I mean, if it goes down good, ham steak, there's more. And, we can eat on that.
Yeah.
That's
It's
absolutely.
easy. Mm-hmm.
All right, so little Abel here is getting ready to get some food. You get some kibble and some ham. Abel, you hungry, buddy? All right, Abel's getting his first meal of the day. He doesn't like eating in the morning, so we feed him much later in the morning or early afternoon. That's when his belly starts growling and he likes to take his nap. That's our little buddy. Ham scraps, baby. Yeah, you know it. Yeah, you was giving yours ham scraps the other day, wasn't you, girl? I remember. You made some fried ham. I don't remember what else you made though. You made I saw that fried ham, and I told her to make. She made some right away. That's why we made the fried ham, is because you made the thing with the fried ham on your video. So thanks for the fried ham, and thank you, Jody, for making it for me. Got my little hungry buddy down there. Yeah. Get him. That's my little hoss. That's what I call him. He's my little hoss. He's probably got about 7 or 8 nicknames, but mainly that's my little hoss. Is that good, buddy? You better get your water. Huh? Alright, so he got some water to go with his food. Got to keep my little buddy fed. Good boy. You're so hungry. He's so hungry. What are you doing? Hmm? What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Come up here. Come on. Come here. No, right here. Come over here on me. Come here. There's too much stuff up there, dude. Well, I'll move it. Hang on. You can't jump up there with that. That's right in your way, you silly dog. You want me to pick you up? Come here. Oh, he likes to get in the truck. I don't want him to jump up in here though, because I got the camera in here. He likes to get in the truck. He loves jumping up in here. I usually let him, but I don't usually set any camera gear up in here neither. So he feels put out by the camera gear. This is his territory. Yeah, you dang right you're gonna move it. I know he kept circling. I'm like, man, he's gonna jump right on top of them solar panels if I don't move him out the way. And he's getting downright upset about the not getting in the truck. He ain't like that at all. Sorry about this zoom, y'all. Hold on. All right. What are you doing, puppy dog? Come here. Hey, come here. Sit down. Sit. Nope, nope. Leave that. You leave that camera alone. Why are you always messing with the camera, dude? It's cool that you're in front of it, but you can't be messing with it. I know. It's so hard to be a dog. It's so hard to be a dog, y'all. Now he's got nose slobber all over my phone. That's all right. It's all right. You can have it. You can have it. A little mutt. A little pink. He's like a little pink pig. His skin is pink everywhere except for just a few black freckles, and he's got pure white fur. No other color in his fur but pure white. His eyes are the color of alabaster stone is the best way I could describe it. He's got a very peculiar shade in his eye color. He's a rescue that my wife and I have been training as her service dog. I mean, he's been trained, and we've had him for 5 years. But the training is always ongoing, and as your needs change, so does their training. So See if we can get, come here, Abel. Come here. Come here. Sit. See if we can get a good eyeball shot. Yeah, there we go. What's this? What's this? What is it? Yeah, his eyes look like alabaster stone to me. Kind of a brownish gold. It's got a really peculiar hue to his eye color. He's a neat boy. He's a lot of fun. He's very smart. His hearing is phenomenal. And his nose is fantastic for him being a terrier. His nose and hearing are just one of the better dogs I've owned over the years. It's really surprising that his nose is as good as it is. Being a terrier, it's not a bloodhound, you know. Pretty neat. Yeah, their smiles are awesome. He likes to hug too, man. He likes throwing his arms up over your shoulders or sitting on my, he'll come up when I'm sitting in the chair and he just kind of half sits on my lap and half stands on the floor. He bit my ear. You're a monkey. You know that? You're a little monkey, dude. You're a mess. Dude, you're a mess. What are you doing? Nope, nope. Leave it alone. You gotta leave the camera alone or you don't have to get down. That's all there is to it. No negotiating on the camera. Nope. And my little buddy likes it when I pick on him. He picks on me more than I pick on him, though, I assure you. No, what are you doing? What? What are you doing? Huh? My little hoss, y'all. This is my little hoss. Abel is his name. What are you doing, Bubby? All right, I think we're going to close this stream down for a little while, y'all, and then we're going to come back, I would say between 6 and 7 p.m., and we're going to do some steak, bushcraft steak on the fire pit outside, and we're going to have us a meal, and we'll share a little bit of our evening with y'all. Now, we appreciate y'all coming. We appreciate all the new moderators. We appreciate all the response from the YouTube crowd, YouTube audience, YouTube community content creators that are supporting our channel. And just give a shout out to Maggie Rose, who's right now running our mods today. And we just thank everybody for participating. We'll be back this evening between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern time. I would say more likely 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be live streaming some bushcraft ribeye on the outdoor grill, y'all. And we'll be looking forward to seeing y'all again this evening. I hope every one of y'all have a blessed day. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned in. Our new adventure out west will be starting in a few short weeks. A brand new bushcraft homestead from the ground up, y'all. Have a wonderful day. We'll see y'all soon. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there today. Enjoy your weekends with your family and your people, your friends, your neighbors. Take care, be safe, and stay hydrated, everybody. Thank you for coming.